15, 16, almost 18 years of looking at entrepreneurs, one thing they have above all in abundance is their passion to do what they do. They just love what they do, whether they be a dentist, a tomato seller, a coach, a gardener, a landscaper. They have this passion, if they're an entrepreneur, to be the very best that they can be. And that does put pressure on them, but it's also a good thing. But when it comes to it, especially what I call heartfelt industries, coachings, consultants, service providers, they think, oh, I just want to help people. I want to coach people. I don't want to sell. I don't want to come across. So they become their own worst enemy. And then what they try to do is they over deliver. And when they over deliver, they're not doing themselves any justice and they're not doing their audience any justice. So what I tend to teach people is say, first and foremost, let's look at what your real goals are in a real achievable manner and the reason why you have them. And then let's put a plan together that we are putting step by step forward. So you're building that little muscle, you're building that foundation like a house. And then we can go for the higher things, but one of the biggest ones is once they see that belief, it's kind of like, oh, I did achieve that by looking forward and go, we've all had that. How many times have we been driving along the road, right? We've been driving along and we're going to work somewhere or we're going somewhere and we just go off into this daydream. And then suddenly we go, how did we get here, right? How do we get? Because we're not so much focused. If we compare that to the very first time we drove, we're kind of looking at every car, we're looking at every road sign, we're looking at the map, we're looking at everything. If once we do it time and time again, you suddenly realize you're there. And you got there through perseverance, through having a goal, through having a GPS system, through having the knowledge to get to where you want to get to. And you'll be surprised how well you can do.
Oh, man. And, you spoke about selling. And I know that a lot of people, as soon as you say you have to sell this, I think for most people, and I might be exaggerating, they're thinking of that used car salesman who's coming with his cigarette, and coming to coerce you into buying a car that's no good. So, so how do we change how people see selling?
It's been a passion and a bugbear of mine to change how the sales industry is seen. Now, from obviously you can tell I'm from London originally. I now live in America. I'm very fortunate to live here in America now. But there's a complete different attitude between the two countries. I've coached and spoken in Australia, in South Africa, in Singapore. And it almost is until we come to America, where sales is a profession that people want to learn, the rest of the world, as you quite rightly said, is they just feel yucky. They want to take a shower afterwards because they just feel so slimy at it. And the reason why that is because, quite simply, the old 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, boiler house, cigar sales, car sales mentality is there. And that's how people think they should sell. And they think, I don't like that. I don't want to do that. And I don't blame you. I don't want to do that either. You don't want to go, hey, be slick. And one of the key words there is making rapport. Whenever you learn any type of sales, build rapport first. And you see these terrible, terrible films in the past. They go, oh, you go fishing. Oh, yeah. Where do you go? Love the fish. And you've never picked up a pole in your life. It's just being false. And that old last decade way of selling doesn't work. So one of the challenges I have with my clients is making them realize that what they know no longer serves you. They keep thinking that buyers, that sellers and entrepreneurs have to change. But what they tend to forget is that buyers have changed as well. We, as buyers, as consumers, we've changed. We know all the sales tricks, the old sales tricks, and that makes us feel uncomfortable. So as buyers, we've changed. But there isn't really that massive change in the sales industry to go along with that change. So it's been one of my biggest passions is to change that industry and say, look, today's consumer is about serving. Today's consumer is about really listening to what is their challenges, what is their problems. And really forget, rapport shouldn't be like 40% of the conversation. Rapport is 10 minutes. It's like, hey, are we okay? Well, we got a good chat. Great, let's look at your problem. Let's go like a doctor mentality. When the doctor turns around to you, you go, oh, I've got the stomach. And have you ever done that when they come to your stomach and they're pressing your stomach and you go, does that hurt? They go, yeah. So they press harder. They don't go, oh, at least we found it. No, they press harder because they truly want to make you better. They're not going to surface sell you. They want to dig deep and get to know you and say, hey, this is my passion as a doctor to help you. But I can only help you if I truly know you. I don't need you to like me, actually. I just need you to trust me. And if you can trust me, because I know what I'm doing, I can help you. You be honest with me, I'll be honest with you, and let's together, let's get out of this pain. And that is the modern way of selling. That is the modern way of serving people, and not that old car salesperson with a cigar and the big old flary collars.
Of course, you can't leave that out.
Yeah.